Hi Pisces, this is your weekly forecast for March 20th through the 26th. Happy birthday to all the Pisces who are closing out Pisces season, the last Pisces of the season. Happy birthday to you all. We're going to connect and see what messages are coming up here for the Pisces collective in the week ahead. For Pisces sun, moon, and rising. Keep in mind this is a general reading. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And without further ado, my dears and my darlings, we're going to connect and see what messages are coming up here for the Pisces collective. The first card that's coming up for you all is the Hermit. This is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards are going to come up when we're in significant defining moments in our life, new chapters. They're significant times when we have major arcana cards coming up. So the things happening this week are going to be setting some things in motion for you. The Hermit could indicate Virgo energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo sun, moon, or rising. That might be a very significant person at this time. If you have Virgo placements, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or those areas of your life. And the Hermit is very much a card about like a spiritual connection as well. Some of you may be making really big progress in terms of connecting with your higher self. And that's really the main kind of vibe I'm getting here with the Hermit card, is that higher self aspect. So those of you who have been like, oh gosh, how do I connect to my higher self, and or like wanting to connect that higher self energy, I'm feeling that. And some of you have been searching for it without even knowing that's what you're doing. But by connecting with your higher self, it's like you are having a really good idea of like what's going to be best for you, what it is that you're guided to do. You're coming into a time of moving forward with a lot of I don't know if I want to say confidence, but being very clear and being very sure that like this is the path for you. You're getting to that point where you're like, I am sure that this is what's good for me. I am sure that this is what I'm feeling guided to do. You're coming into a time of certainty, right? I guess confidence and certainty can definitely go hand in hand, but I think the word I'm looking for here is certainty, where you're not second guessing yourself so much. And that happens when we connect to our higher self. So maybe you've been trying to be more sure and not realizing that you're setting intention to connect with higher self. But that's the energy I'm getting here with this Hermit card, is being more certain, being more sure, being more clear. And this could also be a card of like spiritual teacher. Some of you may be deciding that you're stepping into your path as a spiritual teacher. Some of you may be finding a spiritual teacher that you're feeling very like it's resonating with you, whether this be somebody you're working on one-on-one, or whether this be something you might be coming across through like reading books, uh videos, things online, things on social media. But I feel a sense here where Pisces is coming into an energy where they're like, okay, this is my path. This is what I believe. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And just being very confident in this. The next card that's coming up here for the Pisces collective is the Prince of Swords. This could be youthful air sign energy. So some of you could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. This is also a card having to do with gathering information, right? So it's interesting to have it come across here with the Hermit, which is this card about like this guidance that you have, or the spiritual teaching or spiritual teacher. So some of you are really beginning to gather information. You're really kind of going out there and looking into what makes sense to you, what seems like something you can apply in your life. Pisces, I feel a very determined energy around you. And I feel like you're very determined to get control of anything that's been slowing you down, or anything that's been getting in your way of your goals. Not like in a ambitious kind of like climb the career ladder kind of way. That could be the aspect here for some of you. But I feel in the Pisces energy, it's like I just want to be happy. I want to not be doubting myself all the time. I want to be able to get through my day without feeling like this, crushing anxiety all the time. I want to be able to talk to people without spiraling into this fearful place, or this thing of like everybody hates me. Like that's the kind of thing I feel like when I say the things that are getting in your way, things that are getting in your way, like in terms of interacting with other people, uh being able to just kind of deal with stress and people around you, and not feel like you can't do it, not feel like you're not good enough, or not feel like you don't know what you're doing. And so I feel like you're getting really serious about finding what works for you. And having the Prince of Swords and the Hermit card coming in together give me a strong sense that you're going to find that, right? There's a reason why we have so many different religions, why we have so many different tarot readers, so many different spiritual teachers, so many different ideologies, philosophies, modalities, because people are going to gravitate towards what is explained in a way that resonates with them, right? People are going to find what works for them, or what order, what presentation, what language, what method works for them. And so that's what you're doing, Pisces. You're figuring out what speaks to your heart, what resonates with you, what you're going to be able to apply in your daily life, that's going to be able to get you that's going to get you like a handle on things. The next card that's coming up here for the Pisces collective is the 5 of Cups. Now, 5 of Cups can come up in a lot of different ways. One of the ways that this card can come up is when we're feeling overwhelmed by emotion and we don't want to feel. And so we may be trying to find ways to distract ourselves from our emotions, or not feel as much. We may be trying to find ways to push things down. Sometimes it can lead to self-medication, and there's so many different ways that people self-medicate. It can be through drink, it can be through food, it can be through physical intimacy, shopping, gambling, getting really productive, becoming a workaholic. There's so many ways that we can just kind of try to disassociate or push things down. And so 5 of Cups here is telling me that you may be feeling overwhelmed with emotion coming into this week. And you might be tempted to just say, let me disconnect from this. Let me push this down. However, what I really like is you have a really good foundation here. You've got the Hermit card, you've got the Prince of Swords. So like you're on it, you're finding a different way of doing things. You're saying, I don't like feeling this way. I don't like putting the band-aid on it while it's festering underneath. I'm going to figure out how to cure this. I'm going to figure out how to, not be in this cycle of like feeling like I have to hide, getting overwhelmed and feeling like I have to hide. I don't like hiding, right? I don't, I'm all for having space and alone time, and I'm all for, hunkering down and being a homebody, but I don't want to do it because I feel like I have to hide from the world, or I have to avoid people, or I can't deal with what's going on around me. And so I feel there's this shift that's happening in this week for Pisces, where you're breaking out of any patterns or cycles of ignoring things, or like, oh, maybe it'll go away, or I don't want to think about it. You're like, no, I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to approach this, and I'm going to figure out what's going to work for me so that I don't find myself in this cycle. And look what a wonderful card you have coming out here. You've got the 6 of Wands, and 6 of Wands is victory. Overcoming challenges, overcoming obstacles. It's a very positive card having to do with success. Okay, it can also be a card of victory in terms of like competitive situations. So not only are you getting a handle on any anxiety you might be feeling about dealing with people, you might find that you are finding yourself in a position of leadership in a situation. You may find that you're getting to lead something important. You may get offered a job or a promotion. You may be chosen for something that you've put in for, where you're beating out competition. There's other people that want this thing, but you're the one who's getting it. You're the one who's selected for it. And it's almost like intuitively, Spirit has been guiding you in this Hermit card and Prince of Swords energy, because you're getting a handle on things, so that when this opportunity comes in, or when you're selected for this thing, you're going to be able to manage it really well, right? Because you're like, oh, here's my system. Here's what works for me. Here's what keeps me from getting overwhelmed. Here's what helps me to connect with my higher self or with my intuition. Here's what's allowing me to be confident moving forward in my decisions. So you're going to be able to maintain this success. You're going to be able to keep it going and not get overwhelmed and find yourself, starting to push things away or feeling like you have to run and hide. You might want to check out your other placements. Some weeks your other placements might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a playlist in the description that will take you to the other videos. April love videos are also posted. So if you want to check out the April love videos, those are linked in the description. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's links in the description that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.